Hey guys, Troy here at the space. Well, actually at the GC Gold Coast Innovation Hub. I not long ago did a presentation here on transformative technology work that we've been doing, uh, giving them an update on my recent trip to the US, but then also our ongoing work in terms of building out the ecosystem to support transformative technology entrepreneurs that are working on tech in the mental health, well-being, and advancement of human consciousness, human thriving space. So really exciting. Some people here, great connections. People really got it. Others a little bit less so, but it's pretty cutting edge. But what I'm finding is, the intensity that we're all operating at in terms of the speed of change and the information that's accessible to us to a large extent, like the sense of overwhelm, the sense of stress, anxiety. It's increasing, it's not decreasing. The reality is we all have a mind, and the market potential for this is freaking huge moving forward. So it's a space that I'm really passionate about. And it brings us to this topic of, do you have to hustle all day long to be successful in business? And I've written a blog article, so I'm not going to talk too much about it specifically, but I encourage you to check out the blog that I've written. There's a link to it here below. It's only a 5-minute read, but I think it'll help summarize the work that we're doing in this space. The short answer is no. I think rise and grind is dead. I think we need to move to a whole new way of being, which is a greater sense of connection into our intuition, our instinct, a greater sense of knowing, purpose. And we've sort of developed a means to be able to connect people to that, which is really freaking exciting, and something that we're going to showcase as part of our Everyday Entrepreneurs program. It's like, well, how do you be able to create something that you love? Like, who are you? And then how do you create a business that, as an extension of you, that generates an income? That doesn't have to be a startup that takes on capital scales throughout the world. It might be something like locally focused. It's like, how do you create something that is an extension of you that you can draw income from? Because it's a different way to live when you get to wake up and do what you're born to do and get paid for that. And I think that in itself is going to be really powerful moving forward, because as we move into this era of AI, robotics, and automation, and tasks and jobs are being disrupted, having the ability to be able to align ourselves to a sense of who we are, and then have the resourcefulness and the ability to find opportunities amongst the disruption is going to be critical. So I think entrepreneurship is going to play a huge part in this transition that we're going to make over the next years. It depends on what report you read as to when this shift, or when automation and robotics and so forth will really start having an impact on the job market. But what we're teaching here as part of Everyday Entrepreneurs, I think, is going to be hypercritical. So it's no longer just about starting a business. It's no longer just about having a job. There's no security in either of those. I believe, we're not seeing within the entrepreneurship space people doing 80, 100-hour work weeks to get through. It doesn't work. People are hurting themselves. What we're seeing is, what we're developing here as part of this program is, how do you do this in flow? And we're using a lot of transformative technology stuff to have these conversations, because we can actually measure this, like different neurology, brain frequency, and show people where beta happens. Beta is like that awake state where we're multitasking. But what happens when we multitask? Or our attention gets fractionated. When our attention is fractionated, then we accumulate stress and anxiety. Then our head's all over the place, and we're not focusing or able to be effective on any one thing. And then we end up getting low output, low quality of work. We feel busy, but we're not really getting much done. And to a large extent, unfortunately, that's most of us. If we were honest with ourselves, that's most of our daily waking time work day. It's not until the distractions of the day sort of finish at the end of the evening, then we get back into a flow state and get some stuff done. Or early in the morning before the distractions and interruptions of the day have started. So there's a whole inner game process that we can teach of how to actually cultivate those alpha states, which are the flow-like states, and then how do you keep dropping into that state throughout the day so you can increase your productivity and engagement, just as creativity, problem solving as well. Then also dropping down deeper than that into theta, where you've got a great sense of connection to intuition, instinct, purpose. So it's one thing to know all this, but then having practical tools to be able to drop into these is really, really powerful. And I think it's critical. We're at a time where this is critical, where the mind is at capacity, the mind is on fire, and now we're in the beta state, and the mind, it's a thinking state. We can't think anymore. I think we're out-thinked ourselves, and now we need to move down into these alpha, and cultivate alpha and cultivate these theta states, and have practical tools to be able to assist with those, because in doing so, we move more into effective doing and knowing. And so being in the flow and being in the right place at the right time. So it's a whole new way of being. And if this is resonating with you, like, I encourage you to sign up for our waitlist. The program's launching on the 21st of August. It's going to be freaking awesome. It's not like anything else that I've seen in the marketplace. It's like, who are you? How do you connect into that? And then from there, how do you generate something that's meaningful, that enables you to create an income? And I feel like that is going to be what is going to offer us, well, it's going to create a sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? Security, almost, because you're going to have those skill sets that you need to be able to find your way moving forward in a world of hyper change. So I believe personally that well, I'm seeing it all around me, like, rise and grind is dead. You don't have to do that, work 80 hours a week, compromise your health, compromise your family, compromise your fundamental well-being, amongst other things. It's like, how do you have your cake and eat it too? And that's what we want to teach you as part of the Everyday Entrepreneurs program. So hope to see you as we continue to have this conversation over the next week or so, prior to launching. And really excited for the launch. Thank you everybody that's been involved in it so far. And big love, and talk soon. Thanks.